Oh my. What are you wearing?
Hello, Temi.
Hello, Heidi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just out in my friend's shop.
That shop looks so nice.
Yes, I know. It's amazing.
Beautiful.
It's all beautiful antiques.
I can see. Heidi is getting extremely rich right now, considering where she is. But anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome on the show. And another week. It's fantastic that we could be here and we could be alive today. I thank God for you guys as well that are watching us. Heidi, what a week that is just it's just gone like this. Even me like that. It's crazy. It's been an extremely busy week. I don't know what's happening. What's happening, Heidi?
Yes. Well, it has been really busy for me as well. Just a lot of things to do, a lot of people to serve, and so many things are coming to my awareness, like chances, like lots of things. I want to say thank you so much for the Intrepid Women meeting last week. Thank you. And thank you to all the people that contributed to this amazing, beautiful meeting last week, and for Amanda, the beautiful lady that came and helped us, understand all about mortgages and all of that. So that was really, really, really good, very beneficial, and I believe that it's such a blessing. We are so fortunate, to meet really honest and helpful people, and people that are going to contribute to, can you imagine if actually she can help someone find a house of their dreams, and what a blessing that will give the whole family. So thank you, Temi. Thank you so much for that. Thank you to everybody who organized this meeting, and thank you to the beautiful lady that came and presented, and thank you to all the ladies that were there, and the contribution and the amazing energy. I love it so much. So thank you. And I really looking forward to all the rest of the Intrepid Women meetings, because, we are Intrepid Women and we are there to experience that. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Heidi. It's good that you actually feel the same way that I felt. Sometimes you might think you know everything until you discover, I kept on saying this to myself over and over, you discover you don't know a lot of things. So, for example, what Amanda told us about the money, loan, that when you change your mobile phone every year, you're changing to brand new one, and you're not paying your money outrightly, you're getting it on lease, and that is recorded as part of your conduct. And so if you need to get a
Yeah.
loan, they will run a report of your conduct, and they will see how you've been upgrading your phone every year to $2,000, and your credit card is looking like this. Incredible. We didn't know. We just thought, you just change your phone, off you go. Some nuggets. Some nugget. And you know what baffles me about what Amanda said was that when you when you go to the bank and you're making inquiry every time, it's recorded. There's a dot on your name.
Mm,
She's come to ANZ to inquire. You're not borrowing money, you're just inquiring. They put a dot on your name. And then you go to a national bank to inquire. They put a dot. So that means you're window shopping. You're a hopper. And so I don't know. So all these things, contribute to your eligibility of getting a loan. Fantastic. But seriously, thank you to Amanda Moore, that very sharp, very quick, very clear. It's fantastic. I really like it. So thank you to Amanda
yeah.
and the team. The other thing, I just want to share with everyone that is watching us is, sometimes if God puts something in your mind, just do it anyway.
Mm,
Don't look at how it's going to turn out. Maybe if it's one person that is blessed, maybe that's the person that you're meant to bless. Because this meeting I've been looking, should we go and get a hall somewhere? Can I still use my office? Is there, all those things? And it turned out amazing. The ladies weren't going to go. The question was coming. And I'm so happy that couple of everybody had questions for Amanda. Everyone had questions for Amanda, and it was amazing. So the intrepid women, thank you. I'm glad
Yeah.
that you kick off there.
Oh, really good. Most definitely. Lots of what she shared, I wasn't aware of. A lot of what she shared with us, new information. I've not thought about that and I didn't know anything about it. So that is so good, and also, to have someone who's actually, loving to help and having the understanding because she comes from a real estate background. So she actually knows her stuff she's talking about.
She
So that
does.
is so good. That is,
She does. She does. Amazing. Thank you. On a personal note, you've been busy doing what you love to do, Heidi, as well. You've been busy with your
yes, I've been
business, and tell us about that.
lots of
Praise.
you and lots of lots of opportunities that are arising for me at the moment so I can help and serve. So I'm really fortunate, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm getting, I actually put a video up, which is amazing, Temi. This is why I love our show. This
Yeah,
is why I'm so committed to this every week,
yeah,
because sharing one information can help someone's life tremendously.
yes, true.
And when it comes out of the heart, it is touch another heart. And when I pour my heart out in my work, I am so blessed and I'm so fortunate that somehow the person that needs to hear my message is there when they
Yeah,
hear it. You know,
yeah,
they know it.
yeah.
So this is why I will not, you know, by God's grace, obviously, and favor, I want to continue doing the service I'm doing. And I'd love to do that even more and more, even though with all the haters and with all the, people that are telling me, oh, whatever you say is not true or doesn't make sense or something like that. So I am all up for challenges and making sure that I am going to, serve as much as I can. Thank you.
Thank you for serving, and I think someone is serving you right there too. Thank you for serving, Heidi. And that's why we
Bro.
appreciate you so very much.
Yes.
Last week,
Yeah.
I did one-on-one with Temi, ranting, talking. I'm like, when I was preparing for that note, I'm thinking, Heidi, we love this so much, moralizing, because you said you really don't believe in something is bad, something is good, don't do that. Don't do, I thought that would be part of the topic that you will like. But anyway, we got a feedback, and I got some questions that I had to answer. Of course, I'm sure some of you watched it and you're aware about it. So today we're going to treat one of the questions that came through, for me, that I was meant to answer last week. So the question was that, it says, "Dear Dr. Temi, I hate settling for less because I think I know my worth, but I want to understand, when am I settling for less and when am I within my budget? May I borrow money? May I borrow to enhance my quality of life to the level of my worth?" So that to borrow money, I thought that was an interesting, and this brought about the question that we're going to treat today: does money make you rich? So I read that in advance. We're going to talk about, does money make you rich? And then we're going to attend to these ladies' questions. So I want some more wisdom, just in case I haven't done justice to that question. And I hope the beautiful lady is watching today. So we're going to go on a quick break and we're going to be right back. Welcome back on the show. I know that Miss Greatness is she's coming from some royal duties. I think she'll be here very shortly. But Heidi, before we go to today's talk, discussion, this year, women's women's, what do we call? What are we doing actually today? Uh, I'm talking on this platform, International Women's Week. International Women's Week is this week or next week. What day is it? It's the whole week, I think, starting from tomorrow. But some people are doing this today.
Yes.
And one of the things they're talking about is feminism. So I thought, what is your own idea about this feminism? I think Miss Greatness is here. Let's bring Miss Greatness.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Welcome on board, Miss
Hi,
Greatness.
ladies.
Hello,
Oh,
Liz.
I can see you at the lobby, but I just want to
Hi, can you hear me?
clearly.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. I can't hear you.
yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you. Okay.
We can hear you clearly. We can hear you, but you cannot hear us. You fix your thing there then. Heidi, go ahead. Talk to me about feminism.
So
What
so define feminism for me. What does that mean?
Well, I think there is a vast definition around this feminism. I think it's women fighting for women, equal rights, equal pay, equal this, equal that. Women fighting for women. But and there's particular word that they said that you should give women, like, give women a fair go. Who is taking our goal from us? Who are we demanding our goal from? This thing is going to be a major topic. I think we should just talk about this majorly next week, because I don't know who is taking our rights. Is it really that they're taking our rights? Absolutely.
Hmm. Okay, look, Temi, I don't like this movement about, women are equal to men. I don't like that. That is actually not true at all. Equal is what? What does equal mean? We are not created the same anyway. Your brain and your husband's brain aren't the same.
Mhm.
They're different. God structured your brain and his brain differently. They weren't made to be the same because they weren't made to be the same, responsibilities and actions and gifts. You are highly intuitive. He is highly a person that wants to go on hunt and do stuff. I don't like women fighting for women's right and men fighting for, what is that?
Me too.
And
So
it doesn't make sense to me. I was created as a woman. I want to live as a woman. I want to embrace my femininity and not my feminism, which whatever that means. And honestly, to be honest, I'm not with this whole movement of we are equal, whatever it is, equal or not equal. I'm equal, but I don't want to do the same thing they do. It's like like women are pilots, women are engineers, women are doctors and surgeons and all of that. We are able and capable of doing all of this. But do I feel comfortable being a pilot? Will I feel comfortable being a pilot? Will I feel comfortable being an engineer and going the roads all day and night? Is this going to help and serve me? I'm sorry, it won't. I
yeah,
am not created to be that.
I'm the same, but I don't know if we're very popular, with this idea. I'm thinking maybe there's something that is missing that we're not aware of. Maybe some people know about it. I'm sure Liz is feminism. She can Liz can talk to us about, because it sounds as if myself and idea are on the same, because I'm not pulling anything with anybody, and I don't want to be given unnecessary position or space. If my merit worth it, if I have the quality that is needed, I think I deserve to be in that position. But don't put me there as a tokenism. Don't put me there because they want these women, like when they're talking about management, how many women are actually really, really want that position? I had a lot of opportunity to be a senior manager of a hospital or, a health facility, but I didn't, because I have responsibilities that I have to look after. I never pursue that, never, because I knew I cannot do it. And then some people that came to work after me that I basically trained, they became the manager, and I'm happy to serve them because it's serving my need. So when they say, they're not giving us, I don't know. However, in saying that, I have a friend I did that says, she's an architecture. Actually, she's an architect, I beg your pardon. So she's working in this architectural, organization. And she said they pay her 20,000 less than a male counterpart. And I reckon if that is happening, then call out the organization. Go to Fair Work. You know what I mean? Do something about it. But I don't think this is universal. And I don't think we should just put the same blanket over and say we're fighting. The boss of that organization is supposed to be dealt with because he's doing something contrary to the law. Fair pay for fair work. You cannot afford to do that. So I thought they should deal with that specifically. But however, that is one of the things that is going on this week. And I'm actually I'm part of the team with Windham City Council with my municipal, and I'm one of the panel. I'm going to be talking this week about women. So I don't know if I will be popular, but I don't know how to make stories up. I have to believe it to say whatever I believe. That I'm not fighting, I'm not struggling, and I'm not disadvantaged in any form or shape.
Yes.
I know that some people are feeling this. I said, if you're feeling it, if this is happening to you, really, we need to expose the organization, expose whoever the director is if he's doing this to you, because it's not on and it should not be, accepted. That's what I say. But that's not our today's topic. I think we should do a show and bring some more feminists like Liz on the show to talk to us, because she fights, she goes to the city and march. Are you here, Miss Greatness?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm here. I can hear you now. The what's the word that I'm looking for? The feminism that I believe in is the one that has its roots in the basic human rights. The equality that we fight for is the equality that is presented within the basic human rights of freedom, the basic human rights of health, the basic human rights that are there for everybody, that, equal treatment, that's a basic human right. If you and I have the same position, you should not get a higher pay than me, or, get some privileges, even if our pay is the same, but, maybe you additionally get a car allowance, and maybe your house is also paid for. There are some hidden perks for some people, and that's what we are against. That if the allowance that you get is 500,000 including everything, it should be the same 500,000 including everything that I am getting. And that's the feminism that we are fighting for, equal rights. We may not be equal, that's understandable, but the rights that we enjoy should be equal.
So maybe some of us are not privy to this. Maybe we don't know. I mean, I look at the statistics, it's not as significant as it is, but I want to acknowledge that this thing that Liz said could be happening to some people, and that should not be acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, it really is not acceptable if it's really happening. But I think they should call them out and name them, these organizations that are practicing this deed that you mentioned. But I don't think it's general, and I don't think it's big enough for us to have.
Well, it's happening, and that's the reason why, the women are standing up for it. It's happening. There are organizations in which men and women can have the same positions, but the man's salary is higher than the one of the woman. It happens.
This is ridiculous. Okay. Well, thank you for saying that. But Somebody's been saying go Heidi for what he's doing. That's not our topic. We're going to talk about this because I actually have some opinions about this because I'm reading books about some head of department and head of these countries, head of states, women, and all that are talking about this movement as well. I think we should have a topic of this. But today's topic, though, let's go on today's topic. And does money make you rich? I agree, does money make you rich? I would like to break it by quickly go on a break and come back for this point. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm removing and people are going back and on and off. So we went a little bit on what is not meant to be today's topic, but it's because it's the Women's International Women's Week. So we thought we'd talk a little bit about it because it's happening. And I actually don't want, welcome back, Liz. I don't want us to be ignorant. Did I do anything wrong, ladies? So I don't want us to be ignorant about what is happening around us. But today's topic, does money make you rich? I say yes. Money makes you rich because you need money, to enjoy life, to cruise. If you're going to go on the cruise, you need money. I think yes.
Have you made a lot of money? Have you made a lot of money out of your music?
Money. I mean, how much is a lot of money to you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Have you made, say, millions of dollars?
No.
Are you a rich man?
What do you mean rich? What do you mean?
You have a lot of possessions, a lot of money in the bank?
Position make you rich? I don't have that type of richness. My richness is life, forever.
Well, Bob Marley's notion about richness is that no, he says he wanted life. That's what that is about. He wanted life rather than the physical cash. However, Bob Marley is rich anyway, was rich. So I guess when we're talking about rich, it depends, we will have to define, is it physical richness? Is it rich in values? Is it rich in potential? Is it rich in wealth of knowledge? What sort of richness are we talking about? I chose this topic, Liz, because of one of the messages that came through you last week about the lady. So I thought we'd talk about this richness and then we attack that lady's questions. Maybe I haven't done justice to it, just to elaborate more on it on this on the show today. So what do you reckon? I lost idea. I can't hear you again. So what? So unmute your mic right now. You done it? So what's happening to this? Heidi, how are you? Hello, Heidi, can you hear me? What is happening? I can't hear anyone. Hello?
Hi.
Now, this is not right today. People dropping off and volume going off. This is really good. So let's go quickly before the whole thing will pack up. I can hear you now, Heidi, but I couldn't hear you before.
I think there is
Oh, Again.
Your connection or something. I'm not sure, but it's so hard for me to hear you and see you. I can't see you now.
Can you see me now? I can hear you very clearly, audibly.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can see you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
My internet is good. So what's happening? Admin. The internet is good. Okay. I can hear you, Heidi. Me, I can hear you. Now, this needs to just stop so that this is not. Can you hear me now? What if I just break it? I don't know why I kept losing these people right now. We're not going to be able to do justice to this. It's good to hear your opinion, not just my opinion today. Can you hear me now? Heidi, your microphone is muted. Oh my gosh. I think it's because you guys are not in your normal station. I think it's because you guys are not in your normal station. Liz.
Yes, it's possible. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I think it's because you're outside. That's
Yes,
why.
yeah, and my network here probably is also not good because I'm in a, is it a village? What is this? Yeah, I think my network here is also not good. I'm in Bentley.
All right, so we're gonna go straight, and before everything goes off, let's just
Yeah.
with this straight on and just get over it. Does money make you rich? Is the question. Did you investigate?
From my perspective, money needs an awareness in terms of how to use it for you to be able to get rich. Because getting rich is an awareness. It's not, having the cash does not mean you know how to use it and therefore you are rich. Your riches is shown in the value that you bring to your sphere of influence. So if you are rich because you have the hard cash, I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to what does the hard cash do, and therein are the riches. That's it for me.
Fantastic. So with that saying, others focus basically, which is what any don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about this. Let's just go as it is. What you just mentioned is what any sane, sensible, wise person will say. But that's not what we're doing, because I think you know, when I was thinking about, does money make you rich? I'm thinking about even the upbringing, you know, from where we're coming from is that you go to school, you go to uni, you get a job, you get money. It's all about money. So not knowing, because for example, where we're coming from, Liz, you are okay there, just stable, Liz. All right. Where we're
Yeah, I'm
coming,
here.
right. Where we're coming from, we were taught to go to school, go to uni, get a job, get money. And when you get money, you look after yourself and your immediate family. That's what was coming, because there's no social security, there's no Centrelink that looks after people. We want to look after everybody. And so when we have issues in acquiring this money, which, you know, translates to wealth, then we're just struggling to acquire, to amass. And we think that makes us rich. And I was saying, richness in what? Richness in, how do you define your richness? You know, I was listening to one experiment that some people carried out. They gave money to two group of people. One group of people to spend the money on themselves, the other group to send it on others. And the report came to say the people that spend the money on others, they were more satisfied, more fulfilled, and they enjoyed even more. They exercised better. The reason why I asked that question is to go to this question that this lady, so where I want you to go into that question and let us just dissect it. The question that this woman asked last week, to say, I hate settling for less because I think I know my worth. So that's first question. And my answer was, you know your worth. When you know your worth, you're settled in your worth. You don't need to. I wonder if she's comparing her worth with other peers or with other people. Worth is not what you measure against anything. That's what I thought. I don't want to settle. I hate settling for less because I think I'm worth more. Is somebody saying to you that you worth less? The first question. The other question is that I know my worth. That is somebody questioning it. So that's the first question, Liz. I was just wanting you to contribute to see if there's something that is missing in this question that she's asked, or how I've answered it.
Yeah, the lady is saying she hates to settle for less. Would have been interesting to actually know, you know, what is less and what is more for you. Because her less or her more could, you know, that could be a relative term. When I say I have, you know, I have more or I have less, that could be different from when you have more and when you have less.
That's true.
So when she says she hates settling for less, that's an indication that she's progressive. She, you know, she wants her life to grow, which is a good thing, you know, because all of us aspire for growth. But then you need to be able to afford your growth.
Yeah.
So sometimes you know where you want to be, but in terms of resources, you may not be there. It's like a grade 12 learner who knows that they want to become a lawyer one day, but that's not where they are. In terms of real time, I still have to rate my grade, write my grade 12 exams, and I still have to pass here. So I cannot say, because I know my worth is beyond the LLB degree, you know, and therefore the teachers must treat me like a lawyer now. You know what I mean? I'm not there.
I'm laughing because I remember a story when I came from Nigeria. I came, as a director, and all that. And then I had to do a carer's job. I had to do a personal care attendant. So I went and did that. And then the director of the company, unconsciously, I will, maybe talk to her as as if we're contemporary, or I will walk as if I was the director, but I was actually the least of the ladder. So she called me one day and said, I don't know what you were back in your country, but you're a carer. I'm like, yes, I know. I'm doing my job very well. And she's like, oh, maybe you don't. And she said, you need to go and do this. You do nursing. You need to, upskill yourself because you're more than where you were. But this is so funny. We're going to go on a quick break and we'll be back. Just funny. Welcome back on the show. We're talking about, does money make you rich? And then we're just analyzing a report that, a question we got last week, just to, to shine more light to it. At least if the people around where you are can give you a little bit of time for you to finish this show, because their talk is filtering. But yeah, thank you. That thing that you said just brought back memories straight away. Like I can feel this. But the other part of the question she said was, may I borrow to enhance my quality of life to the level of my worth? If I did not receive this question, I would think maybe it's a fiction. But this is a fact. And I think, sometimes we're not putting our questions down on the paper like this, but maybe some of us are actually living this life. Like, we could, that is why I like questions. That is like why I like conversation, because it brings back reality, to you. Because sometimes we could be living this, to borrow money, to I know for a fact that, sometimes back home, people borrow money to go back home to show them at home that they're making it where they are, In actual fact, you're not making it where you are. You don't need to show people. And I always say to people, if you're selling agege bread, let people know what you're selling. You don't need to make believe. And like what you said, Liz, some, standard, some level for you could be different from my level, because I could have $5,000 and I think I'm poor. You could have $5,000 and you think you're rich. So everybody's level, it's different from each other. But what some of us could be living this life that this woman said here: borrow money to show people that I've arrived, borrow money to buy a car that you can literally not afford, borrow money to build a house that you cannot afford, 5-bedroom flat, but you are only 2 of you living in the house. What are you trying to prove? What do you see to this list? Quality to enhance, she said, enhance our quality of life.
Yeah, that's actually very, very interesting that she actually thinks, she knows where she has to be, but she's not there yet, and therefore she needs to go and borrow in order to arrive wherever, she sees herself, which also for me, if you have to go borrow to enhance, your quality of life, or to bring yourself at par of your worth, you're actually putting yourself more in debt. I mean, she's going to have sleepless nights because she has to pay the debt back. So, what's the point of borrowing if you know your worth? I think if a person who knows their worth would be able to create a life at any level. If my level for now is if I'm at a level of $10 a day, I will use my $10 in a way that it really gives me that contentment, the feel of the queen with my $10. I will use my $10 in such a way that, you know, my life is whole, and I have whatever I need during that day. If, you know, I love McDonald's ice cream, you know, that ice cream is 75 cents. I feel $1,000,000 when I have my ice cream. It's true. I I don't have to go to the Crown to go and sit for ice cream that I have to pay, you know, $15. I eat 75 cents and I feel, you know, like I've done something for myself today. So, you know, if somebody really has to go to the extent of borrowing in order to enhance their quality of life because they don't want to live at that level, or they want to enhance their level, I'm going to discourage that.
Mhm.
Definitely, you need to live at the level that you are at, and you can enhance your quality in that. I don't know how to put it. I mean, I'm getting short of words, but you know, you can really enhance your life at your level. You don't have to go and borrow to go and live in a beachfront only to come back from there, you know, like Les Brown said, 1 year down the line, you know, you're not there anymore. It's unfortunate, but I would discourage that definitely.
You are very right. You're very right, Liz. Even I'm trying to discourage that as well. You know, we used to, there's a saying that we say, we cut our coat according to your size. You know, don't spend more than you can afford, more than your limits. Especially, you know, one good thing about Western world, especially Australia where we are, or I think Australia specifically, is that no one cares here, at least. No one cares. You know, my husband was telling me he was coming from Sydney 2 days ago. He was in the same plane with Tony Abbott. He didn't even know it was Tony Abbott because he was wearing his mask. It was far at the back even. You know, no one cares. So when you are trying to, you know, your worth is internal, is internal. It's not something that you show outside. You can't be masking it and worth nothing even. And also what you will define your worth. Because I can't tell you, Liz, you worth $1. You're the one that knows your worth. Whatever you put on does not matter. And last week, I also advised this lady to be creative. Actually, when I was talking about that, you were coming to my mind. That list. But by the way, thank you so much. I better acknowledge this. My jewelry. Thank you so much. Can you see? Liz made my jewelry. I only had the necklace. Now she added earrings to it, and then she made it more fabulous. Thank you so much, Liz. I was thinking about you when I was talking about. I will introduce you to Liz. Actually, she will put a little bow here and a little bow there, and she will look $1,000,000. You know, that is my own perception. Even looking at you, but even you know your worth because the way you carry yourself. Even I'm like, is she $1 billion because of the way you carry yourself? So it's internal. Cut your coat according to your size. I wrote something down. I said that if you want to be rich, if you want to have money, you one thing we don't think about is what is the purpose of that? Is it just the one that we perish, or is it the one that we multiply? Are you thinking about investment even? Because like you said, Liz, if you're on this level and if you want to go to that level, then you have to work, do some work here to get you to wherever you want to go. Not by borrowing. If you borrow money, rich people borrow. I think the richest people even borrow the biggest money, but they use it for investment. And that then we give them multiple fold profit, you know. So then you will get to where you want to get to. But one wrong thing I want to disabuse is don't look at your peers. No peer pressure. This is what we advise little kids. And unconsciously, I think as adults, sometimes we're peer pressured unconsciously. And I don't think there's any reason for that. In the place where we are, in Australia, we're privileged that no one cares in this country. If you like work on gold, they will tell you, oh, good on you, good for you. And they're moving on. So why are you peer pressured? Where is your circle of influence? Are they pressurizing you? Then you probably need to get out of that, because they're not other focused. I think, if that's all they do is handbag and shoe, they talk every time, then they're very myopic in their thinking. You reckon? I will get out of that, because I can't stand pressure and I don't want to be part of that. What are they doing? One of the girls rang me yesterday. She said she wants to raise money to support poor people. And she knew some people that are really, really doing it hard. And she wants to raise money at the back of her backyard to send money to one or two people. And I'm like, I'm for that. I'm really for that. So, and I like that idea. Not about her, that's what she's doing. And I think that is plausible. That is really good. Not focusing only about yourself. Lisa,
Yeah, I think she's very self-centered. She wants to enhance her quality of life, but I think she is also materialistic. Her focus is materialistic, considering that she wants to go and borrow the money. Also, I think she needs to look at how she can add value to her life, so that she can then, be of value to the world around her. Therein, she's gonna have a peace of mind and not be moved by the material riches. But if she, enriches her life with great values and qualities that can contribute back to humanity, so that she's not self-centered, then I believe her contentment will come from there, and she will also feel, rich through giving. There is a saying that goes, your riches are measured in your giving and not in your getting.
yeah.
So, she's got something a little bit twisted there, but I will definitely encourage her to enhance herself in a manner that is of value to humanity, and therein we will see her riches and her worth will then come forth, rather than her going to buy her Gucci bag and John Fluvock shoes and I don't know whatever else, in order to just to pay back after the shoes have lost the heels and name them all. I wouldn't encourage that.
Okay. Thank you so much. We're going to go on a quick break. We're going to come back and talk about more about money. We'll be back. Welcome back on the show. We're just still talking about money. I don't know why my underlay did not even go today. It's not showing on this one. But Liz, do you know a gentleman called Shane Warne, the cricketer? Have you heard about him passing?
I did. I heard about his passing, yes.
Oh, may his soul rest in perfect peace.
And he was young. Was he 52, 50 something?
52.
He was young, yeah.
52, a great man, great Australian man, and just a shame. I feel my heart just goes to his family. It's so sad that it went like that. Really, really sad. But anyway, things are really happening all around us in this time. The people dying in Ukraine, all these things are happening. I think it's a time for us to stop and reflect about what richness is. What richness is it if we spend half of a time thinking about others, pray for others, whatever you do. I know quite a number of people have come to me and said, can we do uh, launching to send money to people in Ukraine? All the money that people have acquired now, where is it gone? It's only what you left behind that people will talk about. Life is very fragile, more than what we think we're doing. More than, more than this, I think we should be thinking twice and like thinking about order. And if things are happening in Ukraine, you don't know when next is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like about 7 people died even in Queensland recently because of the flood. I think it's about time that we shift our mind really into what is noble, what is true, what is godly. We think about that. I just want to encourage that woman and whoever. I listen to people's conversation, experiences, to to look myself into myself. What am I doing and what is it serving? I just want to use this exercise to just encourage people. Don't be pressured. The only thing you can be pressured about is, I'll say mine. Sometimes I'm thinking about, if I have money, I don't want any pastor to suffer. I really don't. I feel so bad when somebody is serving people every day, every night, and they're hungry. Do you know what I mean? They're giving and they're hungry. I think let them do their job well. Let them do their pastoral, help people all around, but they must not suffer either. So that's my passion as well. It's one of my passions anyway. I've got a few, about that. Or the other thing I want to talk about, Liz, is a gentleman donated money to my charity. He said he got some money, from his proceed, which he was praying. We were praying with him. We were part of the team. And when he got the money, he says, I want to do charity. He hasn't even got a lot of money, but that money that he got is supporting people, charity, less privilege and everything. I think, for me, I think he's rich in his spirit. And I admire that spirit. He's rich. People like that, he suffered for so many years. Now that he got a little bit of money, it's not when you give it. It's when you keep it. But he's giving as you open your hand. And I just pray that God will continue to bless and pour. Not necessarily money, with good health, with long life, with prosperity in terms of, you're having grandchildren now and in good health. God is building your family. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole lot of ways you can be rich rather than liquid cash. There's a whole lot of ways. So what are you aspiring? What are you thinking? What is your plan? What is your purpose in life? I think for me, that is richness. Did I miss?
Definitely, Temi. I can only underline and say you are as rich as you feel and as poor as you feel. As a man thinketh, so is he. It's not, unfortunately, not measured in the hard cash that is running into your hands, because you can have the hard cash and it may only serve you for one day. Tomorrow when you wake up, you have no idea what you did with that money, and you would still not feel like you have lost, $5 million, because in your mind, you did not know the value of 5 million. Only somebody who knows the value of 5 million will go and, be remorseful or feel that loss if they lose the money. But if your mind cannot even comprehend that, you will wake up tomorrow and not even realize, you've wasted, 5 million in one day. It's gonna be nothing for you. That's how poor you are. You know what I mean? So it's just about how you feel. You are as rich as you feel and as poor as you feel. And all of us need a healthy sense of worth. so that you don't over exaggerate your worth and bring yourself to a place where your worth depresses you. There's no need for that. Have a
Though,
healthy sense and live within your means, so that there is peace and contentment and happiness. Those are the things we are after. If your peace, your happiness, and your contentment comes from external stuff, then you are still growing. It should come from within.
that's true. You are still growing, because if you've grown to a level, you discover that all you have, it's all junks. You're even looking for how to reduce your junk. Like you you're looking for who is going to benefit from these things that I acquired that I don't even need, and I don't even. So we have to cut to what you need. And one of the questions I asked for that from that woman, I said, is it like, are you talking about some essentials, something that you need to eat for, nobody should go hungry? Is that what you're thinking? Or you want to pay your kids school fees, or whatever it is? But whatever it is, you need to spend time in getting knowledge, in getting wisdom. I said, go to Liz, get some earrings making going, find a little, find a website where you can sell it, then you can get money and you can be fulfilled in doing that. Also, one thing that I advise right now, Liz, is, which we don't do. Sometimes you just want money, but if you have the money, what are you going to do with it? And that is why the people that I want, want as lotto, the money just goes like fire, because they weren't expecting it. They just want the money and they didn't know the money was going to come. But then the money came. What did they do with it? They don't know what to do with it because they didn't know the value of it. So I say all that to say, if you want to have money, you have to plan. What are you going to do with the money? What is the money? If you give me 5 million today, I know where the money is going. I know the homes that I want to support. I know the ministers that I want to support. I know. One of my minister friends said the houses in where he lives now is very expensive. They cannot afford it, but he's working day in and out in the church. You cannot afford it and you can't get a decent home for you and your children. I wish I have money to give to you to build. Those are the people that are serving others. You want to serve them too. My heart goes to the people that are doing some, not the people that are using their money to maybe drinking. All you do is drunk. You buy some stuff that are irresponsible, and then you're wanting money from somebody. That is quite irresponsible. So we need to support a cause. Find what is it rather than you. If all you have is money, then you're poor. I like what Bob Marley says. He doesn't believe in this money. He believes in life, richness in life, And I
Yeah,
believe.
that's what it is.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did, and
You
it
did.
makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense. It's been amazing. It's been fantastic. Well, what we're saying is money can take you A to B, but you should not be pressured. And the purpose of acquiring that wealth, you need to be able to define it. If you're called, tip of a finger and say, what do you want to do with the money? You need to know, not just to buy lipstick or only to buy high heel, like Lee said, you wear it to party. My high heel broke one day. I'm like, what? I haven't even used it twice. I want this shoe back. And that's it. It's gone. You buy
Yeah,
an expensive place, it's gone. All those things are vanity. Whatever you can touch and feel, vanity. But what you invest that will be forever, you'll be remembered. Like Mother Teresa, is how many lives you've been able to touch. But at
that's
least
right.
thank you so much for that question that came through you. I've been learning through it myself. What are those things that you do unconsciously that you don't know? But some of them is standard. I know my value and I know the cost if I have the money. And I'm not going to borrow money for that, for sure. No, not at all. But it's been an amazing session. Thank you so much. We have to go now. And next week, we're coming with some thought provoking topics as well. So we hope you have enjoyed it. And congratulations, I must say congratulations to my friend that had the child care center in Bakusma, in Melton. Just got it. Amazing. A lawyer that went teaching. Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, she's the one that is high, but she wants to get her hands dirty. This is passion. This is love to look after.
Yeah, that's
And
purpose.
she built a resort, childcare. We're gonna bring her on the show and we're gonna show the childcare. Amazing. So if you are in Melton and you want to put your child in a resort, childcare, you better contact her, hanging out with Temi, and we will just put you through. It's been an amazing. We thank God for the people that are doing amazing things all around, and we see you again next week. God bless you for watching, and share with somebody that. Royal greetings.
Bye.
Bye bye for now.
Goodbye.